We're ready. Roll it. Roll the animation. We can go.
All right, Bart. We're ready. You can count me in again. 15. Stand by. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Track the animation. Roll it. Stand by camera 2. Mic them. Cue them. Dissolve.
I'm Morgan Fogarty. This is Will Kennedy. We're breaking back into regular programming. We want to bring you back out live to Uptown Charlotte, where the scene there is continuing, frankly, to dissolve. We want to go live to Amy Cowman. She's standing by with more. We've also got Courtney Francisco. Courtney, if you can just be on standby. Amy, let's go to you first. What are you seeing?
Take Amy. Cue.
Morgan, it's escalating quickly out here. I can tell you that just in the past couple minutes, we've heard several loud booms of tear gas coming from the intersection down there of Trade and College. That's where the standoff is between SWAT and protesters. A couple times we heard it go off, saw the tear gas, and crowds came running. We had to take off running ourselves several times. It's escalating, and then just a moment ago, several people came running down the street. Here we go. Something's going on down there. We see SWAT moving forward. It looks like they're going across the intersection there at College. Crossing over, we see the SWAT officers going into. This is after several rounds of tear gas have gone off and people have been running. One group of people was carrying a man who they said was having an asthma attack from tear gas, and now we're seeing more emergency crews approaching in over on the other end of Trade and College. That is essentially the epicenter, where the epicenter is of the standoff. Like I just said, this is actively going on right now. I'm trying to look myself without getting too close, because on several occasions the tear gas bombs went off and people just take off running, and it's quite scary. You have to get out of the way to make sure you're not trampled, not to mention not getting the tear gas in your face. Now, police have the road blocked off here, and they're telling people to move away, but they're not really doing it. And of course, we're trying to show you everything that's going on here so that nobody else comes to this area and so they see what is happening here. But once again, it is escalating. Tear gas going off down here. SWAT has just crossed over the intersection. I'm not even going to attempt to get to that intersection there because it's really scary. Even being almost a block down, when that tear gas goes off and everyone takes off running, I have to tear down that way.
All right, Amy,
and
we're
worry about getting people coming down. So it's I would say in a 4-block radius around here, people are on edge.
All right, Amy, we're gonna let you catch your breath for 1 second. Amy, hang on 1 second. We're going to let you catch your breath. We want to show you, this is a different camera angle. This is different from what Amy was showing you. This, I believe, this is live right now. You can see a police line. It looks like police are holding that line, and you can see protesters in front of them. It appears that protesters are engaging them, are taunting them, are saying things to them. You can see officers with masks over their faces, holding nightclubs. This is a developing situation. Now you can see they're moving.
SWAT team has been called in. The police presence has been steadily increasing throughout the night through Uptown Charlotte as more officers are being called in from other areas. Again, as we mentioned in our last cut-in, officers are now working 12 to 14-hour shifts, no vacation, and this is going to continue on as long as these protests go on. Morgan, last night we saw when the tear gas bombs were thrown, protesters prepared for that, picking those back up, returning them at the police on the scene. We haven't seen that particularly tonight, but we have seen the crowd grow as well as the police presence grow throughout Uptown. Dangerous situation. Our crew, as Amy mentioned, has had to move constantly as these protesters and police move throughout Uptown.
You talk about dangerous, and we've already seen shots fired tonight. We have confirmed one person has died tonight. And we recently just brought some video into our newsroom of another person. It was hard to tell what their injury was, but it was a man who was being carried out of the scene on a metal bench.
I believe that's the one Amy said, asthma attack, a breathing attack with the tear gas. We're now hearing that it was civilian on civilian violence as far as the person who was killed tonight. One of the Charlotte City Council persons is put that out on social media. So police not involved in that shooting, and Courtney had talked about that earlier, right outside the Omni Hotel, some of the shooting. Let's check in with Courtney Francisco. And Courtney, that's what we're hearing now.
Go to
that it was civilian on civilian violence.
All right, we're going to go back to Amy actually before we go to Courtney. We can see a man being carried out by police officers again on that metal bench that I mentioned earlier. Amy, take us through what you're seeing right now.
All right, what we're seeing right now is that man who they came racing down the street with protesters saying, help him, and they have called medic now. They said that this man was in the middle of the tear gas when it went off and had an asthma attack, and so they came racing down carrying him